When Gwen finds strands of red hair in her bed, and red lipstick stains on her husband's work shirts, she immediately thinks that Ryan is cheating. Then, at his birthday dinner, everything gets revealed when Ryan brings a redhead to the party. Not wanting to let it slide, Gwen works on getting her revenge. "Gwen, why do you look so stressed?" my friend Jessica asked, her voice laced with concern. "We were at the grocery store, getting the final things I needed for the recipes I had been poring over. My husband's birthday was tomorrow and we had a dinner planned at home." I sighed, thinking of the small Ziploc bag in my handbag. "I found this while making the bed," I said to Jess. "Obviously, it's not mine, and it sure as hell isn't Ryan's." I pulled out the bag. Inside was a long strand of bright red hair that I'd found in our bed. Jessica's eyes widened as she took the bag from me. "Are you serious? That's pretty damning. What did Ryan say about it? Is it not the nanny's?" she asked. "No, not Michelle. She has a pixie cut now because she's going through a breakup." "I haven't confronted Ryan yet. I actually thought that it might be a fluke," I admitted. "But then I remembered something else." "What?" she asked, waving the bag around. "The other day, I found red lipstick on the collar of his shirt. I was so tired that I didn't even think about it. I just washed it out and carried on with the laundry. But after finding the hair, it's all I can think about." Jessica's face hardened. "Gwen, you don't even wear lipstick. Are you thinking what I'm thinking?" I nodded slowly. There was no point in trying to lie to myself anymore. "I think he's cheating on me. Other than the hair and lipstick, Ryan has been staying late at work recently, and it all just adds up to one ugly puzzle," I said. "What are you going to do about it?" she asked, picking up the red onions that I needed. "Nothing for the moment. I know you'll disagree, but Ryan's birthday dinner is tomorrow and I don't want to ruin it in case I'm wrong." I knew that I wasn't wrong. I knew what I felt in my gut, and that was because everything just felt wrong when I thought about my marriage. Recently, Ryan and I hadn't been as intimate as before. We didn't do as many date nights or anything spontaneous. I figured that it was just life being life, and that we had gotten busy with our jobs. We argued over everything. "We're just in a rut," I told myself when I was sweeping the house and thinking about it one day. "Look," Jess said. "I understand that you need to reevaluate it and look at everything, but you also need to know that you can't let it go on indefinitely. You have 2 kids to worry about. So, think about them, too." The next day, as I finished up the final touches on the platters of food, my nerves were on edge. The guests started arriving for the party, and Ryan got more excited every time the doorbell rang. "This is going to be so great, honey," he said, walking around the house, making sure that everyone had a drink. "Just call me if you need me," I said. "I'm just going to get the canapes out." My husband smiled at me and nodded as he walked out. I plastered a smile on my face, greeting everyone and giving them bites to eat. Then, Ryan walked in with her. "Honey, this is Stacy," Ryan said, gesturing to the red-haired woman beside him. His hand was around her waist, and she batted her eyelashes at him. Stacy smiled brightly. "Hi, Gwen," she said. "I've heard so much about you." I forced a smile. Inside, I was seething. The resemblance to the hair and lipstick was unmistakable. "Nice to meet you, Stacy," I said, trying to keep my face expressionless. "Make yourself at home." Throughout the party, I kept up the charade, mingling with guests and keeping a close eye on Stacy and my husband. Jessica caught my eye across the room and raised an eyebrow in question. I nodded slightly, confirming her suspicions. Later, when Ryan was outside with the smokers, I approached Stacy. "So, how do you like working with Ryan?" I asked. Stacy beamed, her eyes lighting up. "Oh, it's great. Has been such a help. And being the assistant to our boss, I get to spend a lot of time with him. I'm new to the whole thing. Jeff hired me on the fact that I needed to spend time away from the kids." I nearly choked on my drink. "Wait, you're Mr. Anderson's assistant? And his wife?" "Yes. It's a small world, isn't it?" I smiled tightly. "Very small," I said. "Please, come on and take a seat, dinner will be served now." I served dinner methodically, with Jessica hot on my heels. I knew that she wanted to know everything. "Not now," I said, giving her a platter of chicken wings. "Later, I promise." The rest of the evening went off smoothly, except for the fact that Ryan and Stacy were openly flirting in front of us all. The next morning, I went out to the hardware store and bought hidden cameras that I installed in our bedroom. During dinner, I lied to him. "Ryan, I'm going to support Jess. Charles just left her, and she needs me there," I lied. "I'll be gone for a day or two. I'll take the kids, too." Ryan nodded absent-mindedly, not even thinking about the fact that Jess and Charles were with us the previous night and were fine. "Sure, take your time, honey," he said, drinking his coffee. I took the kids to Jess's, where we were going to spend the weekend. "2 days without you and the kids," Jess said, making me some tea. "Ryan will definitely do something wrong." "I know," I agreed. He wouldn't be able to resist anything. When I returned, the first thing I did was review the footage. And my worst fears were confirmed, right there, on tape. I contacted a lawyer and set up a meeting with Stacy's husband. "Mr. Anderson," I said on the phone. "It's Gwen, Ryan's wife. I need to meet you urgently." "In private." "What's going on?" he asked, his confusion clear. "He'd rather we discuss it in person," I replied. "I'll meet you in an hour," he said. I took my laptop to the coffee shop that we had agreed to meet at. He was already seated, 2 coffees on the table and waiting. "Are you okay? Is Ryan okay? Has one of my best employees," he said. "Let me show you something," I said. I played the footage of Ryan and Stacy together. "I can't believe this," he said, his voice strained. "Thank you for telling me. My mom accidentally saw my husband on a dating app and texted him 4 jaw-dropping stories of how kids accidentally revealed their parents' secrets on her wedding day. Bride walks down the aisle, sees her groom marrying another woman. When I got home, I made dinner for my sons and waited for Ryan to come home. The moment he walked in, I confronted him with the divorce papers. Gwen, what's this?" he asked, bewildered. "I know about you and Stacy," I said coldly. "I have proof." Ryan fell to his knees in the kitchen. "Please, Gwen, don't tell Mr. Anderson. Don't leave me. I'm sorry. You brought another woman into our bed. I deserve better. So much better." In the end, Ryan lost everything in the divorce. He was fired from his job and found it difficult to find another job. "Please, take me back," he said on the phone one evening when I was dishing out ice cream for the boys. "I don't want to," I said. "I'm just done having anything to do with you." "I deserve a second chance," he said. "The boys need their father." I left the phone on the kitchen counter and let Ryan vent away. I didn't care anymore. What would you have done? If you enjoyed this story, here's another one for you. My son lifted saleswoman's skirt screaming, "Mommy, look!" That's why she's angry when Mitolyn and Ryan decide to go shopping for a new vacuum cleaner. Their 4-year-old son reveals that he knows the saleswoman, a woman that he had seen in his father's office. The tattoo on her leg a dead giveaway. Read the full story here. This work is inspired by real events and people, but it has been fictionalized for creative purposes. Names, characters, and details have been changed to protect privacy and enhance the narrative. Any resemblance to actual persons, living or dead, or actual events is purely coincidental and not intended by the author. The author and publisher make no claims to the accuracy of events or the portrayal of characters and are not liable for any misinterpretation. This story is provided as is, and any opinions expressed are those of the characters and do not reflect the views of the author or publisher.